Hey guys, Allie here tonight. I wanted to bring up the topic of the mind and the spirit and how it's a lovely dance that they do when they work together as they're meant to work together. So, a lot of times we see things in terms of the mind about overthinking and how that's not a good thing. And it's overthinking is not a great thing because it doesn't allow room for ideas and thoughts and inspirations and things to come in from your spirit. Because if your mind is really focused on something and just going and ruminating and engaging with all its thoughts, it's very hard for other ones to get in. It's a busy mind. But when the mind and spirit work together, see, they work together to bring about what we desire here in the 3D. We need both of them equally. So the spirit, when we're connected to our spirit, which happens when we're present and aware and engaged in the present moment, to our body, to anything that's going on within us, but we're present. We're not caught up in the mind and all the mind chatter that goes on at different times for us, for all of us. But we're not caught up in the mind. Our mind is calm and we're present to what is, and that leaves us as a very open receiver for ahas and inspirations and all kinds of things to come in. And so when we're in that space, there's room for spirit to come through to us, like I said, in the form of anything really, but we'll just go with what's easiest: inspirations, thoughts, and ideas. It's very easy for us to have an idea just pop into our head, and when we have that idea, we're like, oh, okay, this popped in or something like that, and that feels good, and you're like, okay, okay, that sounds like something fun or something you might be passionate about or whatever it is, but it pops in. And that pops in, and then the mind will be used to take action on whatever that is that comes in. So if something came in to have you go somewhere, have you, I don't know, buy a book, write something, call someone, whatever, the mind has to take action to realize that. The spirit comes in and it drops in things into our mind, and we receive them. Like I said, if we're present and our mind is calmer, not that it can't come in if it's busy, but it's just harder for it to get through the chatter. So that will come in, and then we use the mind to take action on those things. Without spirit, we wouldn't be getting those authentic and exciting and inspirations, ideas, and thoughts to lead us kind of on our way. And without the mind, we wouldn't be able to take action on them. So we get something, and then we use the mind to decide, okay, where, am I going to go here? Am I going to call this person? Am I going to meet this person? Whatever we do, we then take action on what comes in. And so this is why it's so important to realize that both are needed. You don't want to be stuck up in spirit and kind of ungrounded and just kind of, things are up, you realize your inspirations, you think about things all the time, or you're getting things, you have thoughts coming through, you have ideas popping in your head, but you don't ever act on them. And then if you're caught up in the mind too much and not in spirit, then you can't get those inspirations and ahas and things that the mind can't really even conceive of, because the mind is only knows what it's experienced. So both of those things are really necessary for bringing about our desires in the 3D for us to experience them. That's why we want to use them together. We can't just have one or the other. We need both. And so that's a really important thing to remember, so we can use them as how they were meant to be used. There's not one that's better than the other. They're both very, very important for bringing these experiences that we desire into our 3D reality. And also remember that when we have a desire, built into that desire is the perfect path leading it to us through a series of things that might be done that we get inspired to do. But there's a perfect way to have that unfold in our reality already built into that desire. We couldn't we couldn't imagine that desire at all if we weren't able to realize it. And creation is finished and everything's already created. So there's already a built-in way into desires for that to be realized through the path of least resistance when working with our spirit and our mind, because our spirit will will drop in different things at different times that perfectly place us in conversations or in opportunities that lead to this or lead to that, to where everything can be realized in the path of least resistance. So that's why it's another good thing is when we have desires to know that the unfolding can be very simple and easy to follow if we're connected from mind to spirit. If we have that connection going on, we will just feel certain things come in that we'll want to do next, and then we'll take action on them, and if you feel like you want to do something and take action on it, a lot of times we'll have something drop in, and I've had this happen a lot of times, guys. I'll have a thought pop in and it's like, oh, go to the store early or whatever. It doesn't make sense because it would be more logical to go after I got off work or something. It's just something really weird, like in minor, but I feel compelled to do it at another time. And in the past, I would have been like, no, that doesn't make sense. I'm going to be heading there later today. I'm just going to do it then. But I've realized over a lot of the times that I've actually followed through with it, that there was a reason that I was led and felt guided to do something at a certain time. That my logical mind, the mind just takes it and then starts thinking about it. And then it's like, no, it doesn't agree with it. But when you just get something that pops in like that, I say just go with it, because we can't ever know fully what all might be involved and what might be an opportunity for us when we get those, nudges to do something. And don't fight it with your mind in a logical way, because the spirit doesn't work logically. The spirit just knows, okay, this is where you want to go, and it's going to give you the nudges and the opportunities and the ideas and the people you need to get you there the fastest. So when you feel an inkling to do something, do it. Just do it, because oftentimes, most times, there's a reason, and there was a reason that you were meant to be in that place at that time. So that's why you were kind of given that nudge, and then using the mind, you acted on it. So, I think that's it, guys. I will have to say, things come in really funny when you're not all caught up in your mind and things like that. So many years ago, and I won't go into the details here, but it was just, I had an argument with someone and my mind couldn't figure out why they did what they did. It made no sense logically to me. And I kept thinking about it. And it was very upsetting to me. And I had been thinking about it for like a day and a half. And then I went home and I was exhausted. I took a nap and I woke up from that nap and right after I woke up, it popped into my head why they were acting that way. And I knew that was right. I knew it was right because I felt it in my body. And then later on, I was able to, once I saw them again, verify that was exactly why. But what I want to get across with that, guys, is that when our mind, like I said, is thinking and not leaving room, you can call it spirit, intuition, all the different things, with your connection to spirit, not leaving room for things to come in. Sometimes we just will go on and on with something, but the spirit, everything, it can see everything. It knows all, So when my mind was at its calmest and when I woke up from that nap and my mind wasn't going yet, it was still very calm and peaceful, that little piece of information just dropped in. And I just knew it. So just know that Spirit is always dropping in things to us. And we would, ideally like to have an open mind and be present to receive those things, because then we can work, like I said, in collaboration with Spirit. Our mind and our spirit work together to bring about what we desire here in the 3D. So, okay, that feels good. Thanks, guys, for watching, and I hope you have a lovely night or day, and I will talk to everyone tomorrow. Okay, bye.